Welcome into another edition of the Leadership Library, hosted by CEO and author Rocky Romanella. Rocky is the author of the book Tighten the Lug Nuts, The Principles of Balanced Leadership, and has over 40 years of business experience as a prominent member of the UPS Supply Chain Solutions team, as well as the CEO of Unitech Global Services. So sit back, grab your notebook, and take a seat, and get ready for this edition of the Leadership Library.
Welcome to the Leadership Library podcast. I'm your host, Rocky Romanella. We're in our six-part series on the year-end review, the state of the business, and the state of your people. We've talked about, did you start right, stay right? We talked about, did you personally approve the plan? And number three is, did you communicate the plan? The plan needs to be communicated at every level, from the frontline individuals to the CEO, to support and understand the plan. It's so important that everyone needs to understand their roles and responsibilities. There must be daily, weekly, monthly expectations for everyone, and they must be monitored. And I think that's what's so important. You communicated the plan with me. You sat down with me. You explained why these are the leading indicators that we're going to track. These are the leading indicators that we're going to look at on a daily, weekly, monthly basis, whichever is your way of collecting that information, so that I clearly understand, as the individual being held accountable, what I'm being held accountable for and how my plan was built. How you communicate that with me is so important, because that begins that dialogue, right? So the plan's approved. We've talked about the plan. We've talked about it at a high level. Now we're communicating the plan. We're communicating what role you play, what your role and responsibilities will be. At that point, you may start to begin the next discussion, which is the help you may need. I think that's so important. If you understand what you're, I always say the biggest thing I know is what I don't know, right? Well, what are the things that you need help with? What are the things that you don't know that you need to know to execute this plan? There may not be a lot. There may be none. There may be some more in 1 year versus another year because of things that have changed. Our plan has changed slightly, or we may have to accelerate our plans this year versus our strategic goals because we fell a little behind in 2022, and now we may need to accelerate in 2023. These are all important parts of the communication plan, right? I may not be comfortable, I may not agree with everything, but I'm not disagreeable because you've taken the time to sit and talk to me and explain to me why we're doing the things that we're doing. And I think that's what's so important. I buy in when I understand. I buy in when I believe what you're asking me to do stems from an honest heart. I buy in when I believe the things you want me to do are important to the overall success of the organization. If it's nothing more than, it's coming down, and you always hear this inside an organization, corporate says, so-and-so says. Well, whenever somebody says corporate says, as a leader, if you say to your people in your care, well, corporate says we need to do that, what you just did was give up all your authority. They no longer feel like they work for you. They no longer believe you understand what we need to do. It's corporate. It's this third person named corporate. So the communication of the plan weeds out all of that, breaks down all those barriers. So never lose sight of how important it is to have that one-on-one conversation with individuals, certainly at their year-end review, to understand what they've done, how they've done it, what they've achieved, the things they need to improve upon, and then their plan for 2023 or the plan for the following year. What is their plan? What are they looking to achieve? What are the things that you need them to do to make the overall organization successful? So that's question number 3. 1 is, did you start right, stay right? 2 is, did you personally approve a good plan? And 3, did you communicate the plan? Until we meet again, thank you and have a great rest of your week.